welcome to this new ASMR video today I will do something a little bit different than usual, a little bit different than what I usually do during my games. I recently fell down a rabbit hole. And I'm gonna take you down with me, if you don't mind. This rabbit hole is the Reddit stories. I've started to see them online, and I've been so captivated that I've also been on Reddit. I've never been on Reddit before, and I went on Reddit to read more. It is so captivating. Some stories are just make you feel good. Some stories are quite sad, but I just felt it so captivating somehow, and I thought it could be good to read some stories, read you one story that I found on Reddit. And well, there is one of my games in the background. It's a Shyvana game that I made, but it's just gonna be here for background. I will not be commenting on the game. I don't even think it will be go up to the end of the game. And I'll just read the story to you and comment and talk about it, and I'll try my best to show the text, make the text appear in the video as I read. This will take a lot of edit, and which I don't know yet how I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. Alright, so this Reddit post, this story, is a feel-good story. It's gonna make you feel good, I believe. It is called "I used to hate my husband, but now I think I'm in love with him." I know the title is exactly how it sounds. I, 27 female, and my husband, 27 male, have been married since we're 18 years old. At the age of 9, my family promised me away to our family friend's son. I have dreaded my birthdays ever since, 1 year closer to marriage and 1 year closer from being stripped of my freedom. While I was counting down the years, I met a guy. He made me happy, made me forget about ever having to worry at all. Eventually, I turned 18, and I met my husband for the first time. I hated him. Looking at him made my blood boil, because I had already loved someone. We got married 2 days after meeting him. After the wedding, we didn't do anything. I remember sitting down on the honeymoon bed. He walked in and said, "I do not love you, nor do you love me, so let's have an open relationship." I didn't argue and told him okay. I was happy because that means I could see the guy I was so desperately in love with, but we had rules. We could never have sex in the bedroom. We must always sleep in the same bed. No talking bad about each other to our partners, and more basic things. So every year after that, we put on the same act, a loving husband and wife at family gatherings after we went off with our partners. Me and my boyfriend were doing very good, while my husband never dated, only one night stands. A couple of years passed, and I thought everything was going okay, till I found out my boyfriend had been cheating on me with a friend from high school. Ironic, I know. I went home and cried. My husband came into the bedroom where I was crying, asking me if I was alright. Even though I hated him, I told him everything, and he held me there for what seems like hours. After that, me and husband got closer. I took a break from dating while my husband still did one night stands. We started keeping each other company. We did movie nights, game nights, and he took me dancing. Then he stopped going on one night stands. I never asked. A couple nights ago, when I was getting snacks for our movie, I walked in and saw him deleting all the dating apps he was on. I didn't mention it. I sat down with the snacks and he scooted closer closer until our shoulders were touching. I felt a little nervous and fluttery like a teenager on their first date. He got a work call late night and promised he'd be back as soon as he could. I fell asleep on the couch, and when I woke up, I was in bed with my husband cuddling me. I was very flustered by this, and after that it has never been the same. This man that I hated so much, the man I cursed for years before I got married, turned out to the exact opposite of what I thought he was. It's like I have a school crush. I can't believe it took all these years for me to realize that this is not his fault, that I was promised away. He was also promised away to a stranger, so I could imagine how he feels. My husband started bringing me flowers and gifts. He tells me it's because he just thought it would be nice. We began staying up all night together and sleeping until almost noon. He bought me an engagement ring upgrade and cuddles me to sleep when he used to be on the other side of the bed. I think I'm in love with him, and I don't know how to tell him. Such a feel-good story, but yet it is not over. But first off, I want to read you the top comment, which has 3.8k likes. It's important. It says, I think you should ask your husband to start officially dating. Alright, like I said, it is not over because there is an update to this story. The person updated this and made another post. The name of the post is Update. My husband thinks I'm hot. I made a post titled, I used to hate my husband, but now I think I'm in love with him. So if you see this post before that one, read that one first, please. After I made my first official update, we flew back to Pakistan for the funeral. Oh no, I forgot to tell him. There was a comment. Before all this, there was a comment here. The person replied on the comment under the first post, which was, update, I have some bad news. Me and my husband have to fly back to our home country for funeral planning. His mother unfortunately has passed away. She died of a stroke. My husband hasn't stopped crying. I'm doing the best I can for him. He's sleeping beside me. He refuses to let me get up at all. We've been in bed all day and I have to use the bathroom, but I can't use the bathroom because he bear hugs me whenever I try to leave the bed. My husband said something earlier today that caught me off guard. He was talking about children and continuing bloodlines. We have never had a serious talk about children or our relationship because it was usually us ignoring each other or running off with our partners. He told me he wanted children and for us to raise them. I still have a lot to think about, especially since we have never said I love you to one another. That's the only update for now, but I'll update in a week's notice or maybe a little longer, because I need to take care of him for the meanwhile. But I never imagined this post getting so much attention. It was really just a vent post, because I had no one to tell. Thank you all for the support. So that was the first update. Now back to the second post, which is like the last update of this situation. It is called Update. My husband thinks I'm hot. I made a post titled, I used to hate my husband, but now I think I'm in love with him. So if you see this post before that one, read that one first, please. After I made my first official update, we flew back to Pakistan for the funeral. His mother was the glue of his family. I saw his father crying over the casket as they carried her to her grave. It was very hard to watch. My family was there as well. My father and my husband's father were in the military together for a long time, so to see my father trying to pull him off the casket so they could bury her was truly heartbreaking. My husband was in bed for a day straight, refusing to eat, move, or do anything. I had to spoon feed him because he will not die of starvation on my watch. Eventually, I booked him his first counseling meeting last week, and he's been more verbal with his feelings. He will begin working from home in a couple days. He suggests that I also start working from home so we can be closer. We haven't talked about that. We haven't talked much about that though. I took my husband out to a restaurant so he doesn't lose his ability to socialize properly. I told him over dinner how I have been thinking about us spending some time apart so he doesn't become only dependent on me, to say the least. When he got home, he went crazy. He said it wasn't even an option. What I said made him so upset. He didn't speak to me for a day. We sat down and he talked about his feelings for nearly 2 whole hours. He was talking about our arranged marriage, parents, open relationship and past partners. He admitted that he hated my ex-partner for more reason than one, but never said anything about it. He told me he likes the way I dress, the way I do my hair, and he overall thinks I'm hot. I bursted out laughing because in our home country, when we first got married, all the women said that he was too good looking for me. It was a very funny night. We went back and forth, telling stories. I told him about the Reddit post I made and he read it. He also read the update I made. He told me he thinks he's in love with me too, and he might go make a Reddit post titled "Used to hate my wife, but she's too hot to hate." We read the comments, and his favorite one was, "I think you should ask your husband to start officially dating." We laughed the whole night. He wants us to renew our vows and do a whole new wedding ceremony. I told him he was crazy, and we would have to tell our parents the truth if we ever did that. To say the least again, we video called our parents and told them the truth. We started at what happened on our honeymoon night to us deciding not to have an open relationship anymore. They were very pissed but would allow us to redo the ceremony, but we would have to do it in Pakistan. My husband automatically agreed and we will do the ceremony at the beginning of the new year. Even though my husband is happy right now, I can tell he's still grieving. So what we are doing mostly is counseling, working and trying to improve our home life with each other. I've talked to his father to see how he's doing. He's been staying with my parents for the past week. May Allah's blessing be upon him. Thank you for the support and thank you for waiting for this update. I hope it wasn't disappointing to most of you. Also, can we stop only referring arranged marriage to the fanfics many of you read? I found it very disrespectful, not only to me, but my culture and especially the amount of people put into arranged marriage. So here it is. This feel-good story, which is a real story, it seems. I truly believe it is, and I really want to believe it is. Of an arranged couple who was very respectful to each other right from the get-go and ended up falling for each other. So cute, so beautiful. And just one of many Reddit stories. I really enjoyed reading it the first time, and I really enjoy reading it every time, and I really enjoyed reading it back to you. Such a nice story. Whatever you may think about arranged marriage, this is a very cute story. Alrighty, but everybody, I think this is gonna be it. This is gonna take me some time to edit the text. I'm gonna try my best, and I hope you enjoy. I don't think I'll go up to the end of this game. I'll just cut it right here in the video. And please, pretty please, give me some feedbacks on this type of video. Tell me if you enjoyed it, if you would like more of this content or not. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.